Hello, everyone. I'm Zhang Junfeng from Canada. You can just call me Jackie. I'm very happy to be here to share the Baguazhang to all of you. Before start, let me share a few pages of what we learned today. Today, I'm going to share the fundamental movements of Baguazhang. The two stances, the character 8 stance and T stance. Two footworks. The first is toe in and toe out steps. And the other is a very unique Baguazhang step, a wading step. Then, finally, we'll learn the palm forms. The first is a pushing palm. The second is pressing palm. Baguazhang, compared with other Chinese martial arts like Shaolin and Tai Chi, is a young art. It only came into being in the mid-19th centuries and was founded by the Grandmaster Dong Haichuan. Little known even in his own time. Yet, Baguazhang has developed very fast. It's now an international known system of the martial arts, and it became an official competition event worldwide. It's learned and practiced by the people of all ages. Before we start, let's warm up. Let me share. Sorry. Can I do that? Can you see this?
Master Zhang, are you trying to play a video or?
Yes, put the video.
Okay, press escape to finish the PowerPoint.
Oh. It's closed.
No, it's still up. How about you stop sharing screen for now, and then we can reshare.
Okay. Oh. Did you see that?
We're still seeing your PowerPoint.
But
If you could click, yeah, there we go.
okay, from this. Yeah. So you see that?
Yes, we can see it.
Before we start practice, let's warm up. The first is twist the wrist and ankles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now the bone stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, then bend knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, the last one, the stretch arms. So cross hands and raise up and push. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now push two sides and slow down. Again, cross hands and raise up, turn and push up. Relax your shoulders. Try to push as high as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Push two sides. Last one. Raise up. Turn and push up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, push two sides. Now, let's start to learn the stance of Baguazhang. Now, let's move on to the second stance. It's similar to the first one. We call it T stance. From the first stance position. Then, move your right foot forward to create 90 degrees between your two feet. When you move your right foot, your weight is more on your left leg. Let's do it again. Move your right foot forward to create 90-degree angles between your two feet. And your weight is more on your left leg. Let's do it again. But this time, we move your left foot from the first stance position. Then move your left foot forward to create 90-degree angle between your two feet. And then when you move your left foot, your weight is more on your right leg. This time I slightly change the angle, so it's better for you can see clearly. Still move the left leg, slightly forward, and to create 90-degree angles between the two feet. When you move the left foot, your weight is more on your right leg. This is a T stance. Now, let me tell you the key points of this stance. It's important to pay attention to the distance between your feet. Your feet cannot too close, cannot too far. It's usually about 1 foot length or 1.5 foot length distance to make a T stance. The number 2. When you move your left foot, your weight is more on your right leg. If you move your right foot, your weight is more on your left leg. When we form the T stance, we never distribute weight on your feet evenly. Always your weight is more on one leg. Yes, do you have any questions?
I think we can continue on.
Okay. Now let's start with the stance. The first stance is called character 8 stance because the pose is like Chinese character 8. Body naturally straight. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Place your hands on your hips. Turn your heels out. And bend your knees and put them together. This is a character 8 stance. Let's do it again. 1. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, body naturally straight. 2. Place your hands on your hips. 3. Turn your heels out. 4. Bend your knees and close together. Okay, let's do it again. 1. 2. 3. 4. Now, let me tell you some key points. First, always keep your body upright. We never lean body forward, or left, or right. 2, we always tuck in your pelvis. From this side, you can see we're not like this. But tuck your pelvis in so that your spine is straight and your energy and your weight will go down on your feet. Now, let's move on to the footwork. The first step is toe in and toe out steps. Before we learn this step, let me show you what is toe in and toe out. Heel on the ground and move your toe inward is toe in. Move your toe upwards is toe out. Now, let's start toe in and toe out steps. From the foot stance position, 8 character stance. We move the left leg first. Shift your weight on your right leg. Lift your left toe a couple of inches off the ground. Then draw a circle. Place heel first, then toe down, but your weight still on your right leg. Then you shift and turn your body to the left. The right foot, swing around, make a toe-in step, and fall as a T-stance. This time, let's do the right side. The character 8 stance position. Now 1, shift weight on your left leg, lift your right foot in a couple of inches off the ground, then draw a circle, place heel down first, then toe down, your weight still on the left leg. 2, shift and turn your body to the right. Your left foot swing around to make a toe-in step and to form a T-stance. Now let me tell you some key points of the toe-in and toe-out steps. First, when we move the left foot toe-out step, we cannot lift too high and just land on the floor. Your left foot must draw a circle and the heel on the ground first, then toe down. Second, please pay great attention. When you make a toe-out step, your feet cannot line up. For better understanding, let me show you with a stick. When we make a left toe-out step, when your feet line up, there will be 2 issues. The first, your stability. It's hard to stay stable, especially during the movement. Second, is turning limitation. Now, assume I'm facing 12 o'clock. I make a right toe-in step and to form a T-stance. From 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I'm facing at 10 o'clock. But, look at me. My heels is on each side of the stick. Now, if I make a right foot toe-in step and to form a T-stance, I almost at 7 o'clock. So it's a much larger than angles. The third, when you do the toe-in and toe-out step only one time, you don't need to shift weights from one leg to the other. Look at me. When you only do one, you don't need to shift. I mean, now you weight on your left leg. But if you do series of the movements, you need to continually shift your weights from one leg to another. Look at me. Shift, shift, shift. To keep the movement is smooth and flowing. It's the same when you do the right side. The fourth, in the final stage of toe-in and toe-out step, keep your feet on the ground, never move. It's a common mistake when people practice the toe-in and toe-out steps. Usually, they move the foot or 2 feet. Look at me. For example, when they toe out and toe in, then they move the left foot. Or if they to the right side, toe out and toe in, they move right foot. That's wrong. That is totally wrong. So keep your feet on the ground and the toes gripping on the ground. So you may turn your waist. This movement, your feet on the ground and never move. So it's improved the strength of your leg and your waist. Now let's move on to the second step, Tang Ni Bu, the unit footwork of Baguazhang. It's literally translated as mark wading step. There are two methods of practicing the mark wading step. The first is straight mark wading step. Let me show you first. Now let's practice the straight mark wading step together. Stand with your feet together. Body straight naturally. Shoulders hang down naturally. Then raise up your arms with palm facing up. At the shoulder level, bend your elbows. And press down your palms in front of your lower belly while bending your knees slightly. We step the left foot first. When you step out, the foot horizontal with the ground. At each end of the stride, we toe on the ground first, then slide. Now I'm walking this way. Now let me tell you the key points of the straight mark breathing step. The first, shift your weight forward immediately as soon as one foot touches the ground. And the other foot needs to follow as well. Look at me from this angle. We step and follow. Step and follow. So as you can see, when we're walking the mark breathing step, always one foot on the ground and support the whole body. Second, when we're walking, keep the level. Never bounce up and down. Like this. That's wrong. We always keep the level. When we're walking, like this, always keep this level. The third, whenever the 2 feet beside each other, they slightly brush each other. Whenever this way, walking in this. So they brush and step. Now let's move on to the second method of mark wading step. Is circle mark wading step. Walking in a circle. Please look at me demonstrate first. Start from straight waiting step position. When we're walking in circle waiting step, we need to think about the inner foot and outer foot. We're walking counterclockwise. The left foot is inner foot, and right foot is the outer foot. When we're walking in clockwise, the right foot is the inner foot, and the left foot is the outer foot. Before we practice, let me tell you some walking principles. The inner foot walks always straight forward. The outer foot curves inward slightly, and then turn your torso inward. So from 12 o'clock direction, now change to the 11 o'clock direction. So the inner foot still walks straight forward, and outer foot curves inward slightly. So now I'm facing the 9 o'clock. So it's the same. Straight, curves, straight, curves, straight, curves. If you want to walk clockwise, make your right foot toe-in step and form a T stance. And then shift. Now, your right foot is outer foot, your left foot is inner foot. So the inner foot always straight forward, and outer foot that curves inward slightly. Then you make a toe-in step and shift. The other principles are same as straight waiting step. Whenever your feet beside each other, they brush against each other slightly. When you step, brush against each other. Now let me tell you the key points. First, don't let your outer foot slide to the outside of the circle. This is a common mistake. When walking in circle, the inner foot walks straight forward, but the outer foot slide outside. So keep your outer foot always in front of your body. Curve slightly inward, so your outer foot in this way, and not in this way. So now your outer foot is not in front of you, it's on your right side. The second, your legs never cross each other. This is also the common mistake when walking in a circle. Inward straight and outward in this way, you can see it's already lined up. And the next, the inner foot walks straight like this. It's also the inward. So it's hard to stand stable. So never do this. Okay? Now, let's practice together. Raise arms. Press down. Walk your left foot first, the inner foot. Then we make a right foot toe in step and form a T stance. And shift, step. And then left foot make a toe in step and form a T stance. Then you shift. The palm form of Baguazhang we call it dragon claw palm. The fingers are open. Little finger and the thumb moves forward slightly to make an empty here. The first is pressing palm. In fact, we already practiced at the mud wading step. Raise up your arms with palm facing up at the shoulder level, bend elbows, and press down in front of your lower belly. The fingers almost touch each other, and your elbows slightly bend to create a circle. This is a pressing palm. And we also have a beautiful Chinese saying, fierce tiger runs out of the mountain. Let's practice together. Raise up arms. Bend elbows. And press down. Raise up arms. Bend your elbows and press down. Again, raise up arms, bend your elbows and press down. Now let's learn the second palm, pushing palm. Look at me first, from pressing palm position. Now let's practice together from pressing palm position. 1, move your palms a small circle and rotate. 2, stretch to the front at the shoulder level. Your right palm just touch your left forearm. 3, Turn your body to left and rotate your palms. Your right palm under your left elbow. And you look beyond the left palm. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Let's do the right side. 1, 2, 3. The pushing palm also have a beautiful Chinese name. We call it Black Dragon Stretches Clouds. Now, let's practice 3 times in each side. From left side first. 1, 2, 3. Right side. 1, 2, 3. Left side. 1, 2, 3. Right side. 1, 2, 3. Left side. 1, 2, 3. Right side. 1, 2, 3. Let me tell you the key points. First, when we move palms, a small circle here, the palms cannot behind your body. So the palms always in front of your body. 2, when you turn your body and rotate palm, the 2 palms will rotate together. We cannot move one and the other. Now let's practice mud wading step with palms. From pressing palm position. Then make a right foot toe-in step and to form a T-stance. When you change the direction, the lower palm push forward under the elbow. Then make a toe-in step, lower palm push forward under the elbow. Let's practice a stretching movement to relax your body and end the program. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Then we raise up arms to the top and press down at the chest level. Move to the back and push your back. Bottom, legs to the knee. Continue down feet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then you push forward and then raise up. Again. Then you push your back, make a little force. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Push forward and raise up. Last one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Push. Release up. And press down. Thank you for enjoying the program. The palm form of Baguazhang we call it dragon claw palm. The fingers are open. Little finger and the thumb moves forward slightly to make an empty here. Hello?
Hi, Master Zhang.
Do you have any questions?
So we have one question here from Aaron, who is asking, do you also use Dantian for energy flow in Baguazhang?
Okay. To answer this question, actually, I think we should say that in this way. We just are naturally breathing, but we never hold the qi and put it to dantian. Actually, if you naturally breathe, close your mouth and the teeth are slightly closed, but important is your tongue touch the top of the mouth, then you can create a lot of salivas. Then you put down, and the qi will be naturally go down to the dantian. So don't always in mind all the qi will be go to the dantian, qi will be go to the dantian. In that way, actually you cannot practice the martial arts, practice the bagua or any martial arts. I hope this already answered the question. Hello?
Aaron, if you're still watching, hopefully that answers your question. Do we have any other questions?
Only I should mention the other thing is I'm not mentioned on the video. When you practice the Baguazhang, you're walking in a circle to the counterclockwise. If you the 10 circles, then you walk in the clockwise, still the 10 circles. So I mean the right side and the left side should be the same circles.
Thank you, Master Zhang.
Yeah.
I think it's important to keep that in mind. Another question, does the body lead the movement or footwork?
Does the body
Maybe we can ask for clarification.
Yeah.
So to clarify, they're asking for each Baguazhang movement, does the core of the body lead it, or does the footwork lead the movement?
Oh, the footwork is really basic but really important. So I think when we practice usually the footwork to lead the body.
Okay, thank you. And then another question from Wudang Longman Kung Fu, Mexico, is can you tell us more about the use of the waist in Baguazhang?
The waist and what?
How the waist is being used in Baguazhang?
Oh, I mean any kind of martial arts, the waist is a vital. The movements is not only, how can I say that? Usually the waist is the most important. The waist leads the movements, but there is how can I say the door? You can see that when we open the door, the hinge is like a waist, and the holder is like a arms. It's movement. Even we say the waist is the most important, but when we moving, we always use the hands or use your leg to lead the movement. I hope you can understand, the person can understand that. Even we say the waist is the most important, but actually when we moving, when we practice even the fighting, the foot and arms to lead the body.
And then the follow-up question for that is, is it possible to give a visual demonstration of, I think this is related to the core of the footwork question.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. So the question is, can we get a visual demonstration of to demonstrate the connection of the waist, the hands, and the feet? So maybe just one set of simple movements, and you can slowly describe the breakdown of which part of your body is, I guess, being used at that particular moment.
Okay. see me?
Yes.
Okay. So for the Baguazhang, the black dragon stretches clouds. So when we do this, see, now we wait. It's a key, but we use our hands to do this. When we find someone hit me and they grab, yeah, the body, foot, and arm actually is together. So the strength from the waist, but use your hands to lift. We cannot only turn waist and don't move the hands or the legs. But a Bagua is not kind of martial arts stand here to do. Bagua is walking. Everything is in the walking. So when we do this, we walk, then to the movement. So when we toe up step, see, we hand, body, and foot with together. And we do this, still turn waist. Every movement is using waist, but we use the hands to lead.
So to clarify,
yes.
I guess it's the hands and the feet are moving together, and then the power is produced by the waist. Is that a correct understanding?
Yes.
All right. I think that series of questions has been answered. Do we have any other questions? I think we have one last minute. If not, I think we can end it here. Thank you, Master Zhang, for a very informative session.
Thank you.
And we will, if there are any other questions, we can get back to you later on in the chat.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Master Zhang, before you exit the meeting room, could you make me the host again? If you check your WeChat, I showed you instructions.
Okay.
Thank you.
How can I do that?
So if you go to the participants panel,
Okay.
and then you'll see my name. There should be an option.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
One last question that came in just as we ended the Q&A session was how fast or slow should the practice of the Tanli Bu,
How?
I guess the Tanli Bu.
Yeah,
How fast or slow should it be practiced? That's the question.
Okay, that depends the each person. But from the very beginning, we practice the Tang Ni Bu is not need too fast. It's okay. Let me show you this. So when you're very beginning, you just need to slow to try to make each movement is very stable. The toe in step, then you do that. And after, a few months or years later, so you can faster. So there's no really the standard how fast or how slow. This depends on each person.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Pleasure.
We'll take a short 3-minute break before our next presenter, Junfeng,
Okay.
on the authenticity and Chinese weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Master Zhang.
All right. Thank you.